I'm a little early because I'm so nervous that it's not going to work. I figured I could come back, I could fix it and still be ready by 7. Everything sound okay? My voice sound okay? Check 1, 2 with the guitar. Check. Check 1, 3, 1, 9. Sound okay? Look okay? How does cam 2 look there? I like that. I think I can bring it a little bit more like that. Alright. Sounds good. 4K screen. Nice, yeah. 4K. Okay, it's looking good, yeah. Sounds good. Alright. What's up, Zach? What's up, Rico? What's up, Stretch CPO, Retro Puffer, Frank C, Yeti Motzi, Andy Trolls, Ron, Deanna. See, I can get through the list now because I'm so early. Got David, got James, the other James, Dennis. So, people saying it sounds good. Good. What's up, Bill? Yeah, I started a little early just in case it was a screw up. I could try and recover before 7. What's up, Zoot? What's up, Larry? It's looking good, sounding good. Guitar looks good, looking sharp. Doesn't look overly. One thing is, I actually turned the color down a little bit. I thought it was a little too much color. It looked didn't look natural. So it should look pretty good. I try to bring the crazy brightness down too. Looking good. All right. Yeah, it's the early bird. Yeah, rest in peace, Paul Diano. Passed away at a very young age, 66. That's pretty damn young. Let me just check my tuning really quickly because I started this before I even friggin' tuned up here. Yeah, I thought so. We are just out by a hair here. By a hair here. Say that 10 times fast. Almost. Yeah. Actually pretty evenly flat, so... Yeah, see, that one probably sounded sharp because that one wasn't nearly as flat. That's how that goes. They're actually almost about the same amount flat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, using the new cams. This is the that's the close-up cam. And that's the normal cam, which actually, if you compare the two images, it's literally the same exact view. Literally the same exact number of degrees. So perfect. That was what had me worried about this whole thing. I cannot tell you how worried I was that the new cams would be just slightly closer. If it was farther away, that's okay. I can zoom that in. But I only have so much ability to zoom out. To move away. Because I want the light behind the camera. And my worry was I would have to move it so far back that I would have to just basically create a shadow box just so it was inside, you know, shade, and wouldn't get the side light from the, because it would just wash out the whole image. But none of that even had to happen. It was the same exact, degrees. What's up, speaker? My tuner of choice is the one built into THU. Exactly, the tuning channel. All tuning, all the time. It's vivid, it's sharp, yeah. Is it almost too much color? I felt like it was earlier, and I actually backed off the color a tiny bit. You know, I thought the amp looked like ridiculously orange, and that looks more natural to me now. But, you know, it's like you don't want your hands to look like overly blood red. They just, you know, they really do get a little saturated. 2160 available. Well, let me give you some stats. When I ran my old stream, it was 1080p. They wanted me to run it, I want to say, at no higher than 6,000 kilobit, right? 6 megabit. So I was running at 6 megabit, and they were like, it's still too much data. So I think I was at like 5.5 megabit, maybe 5.8 megabits, something like that. I just kept lowering it incrementally until they said, yeah, that's great. That's perfect. To try and send out the most data. Now, I think they since changed that. But when I did this one, they said I could choose between 15 megabit or 51 megabit, and I went with 30 megabit. I'm right in the middle. The voice sounds like it has a touch more bass, you say? I don't look like an Oompa Loompa, right? Well, that's the worry, right? They crank up that color like a little too much, and the other thing is you can look green, you can kind of look yellow, like you got the jaundice, right? Depending on the white balance. So I was trying to get that straightened out as well, which you know, it'll get there. But you know, baby steps. You want Oompa Loompa now? It's a very sharp pick, yeah. And then this is the... Oh yeah, it's saying 34 kilobit. Yeah, nice. Look at me with the massive upgrade. No, I think it looks good. Certainly in the cam, it looks good here. At first, I couldn't really get it to work, but it was because it was a mismatched canvas to cam size. This all started a couple of weeks ago. I just said, let me just look. I had the Logitechs for years, like literally 10 years. And I said, well, let me look. I had the Logitech Brio. I was sort of looking at the Logitech Brios. But this one, it wasn't the two dudes I mentioned in the video, but it was just like one dude who did a video of the Logitech Brio and like some other 2 or 3 different Logitechs, like the new Brio and then the old Brio. And then he did this other one. I think it was like Ryzen or Razer or some shit. And that one was stunning. And he's like, well, this is from like a new class of like really nice, like high-end webcams. Problem with that one is it was much closer. It did not have the same field of view, and they're like $300. So these two cams are $350. So much cheaper, you know. And I needed two cams, right? I need one for the guitar. So now you're looking at $600, and I was like, that's a bit much. I can get a friggin' DSLR, you know, for micro four thirds camera. Now you're getting into micro four thirds territory, so, you know. But anyway, when I was going down the road of looking at that one there, whatever it was called, the Ryzen or the Razor or something like that, someone did a comparison to these, and it looked just as sharp, you know, maybe even a touch nicer, and had better white balance. And I was like, oh, well, you know, this might be a better thing. Oh, thank God, because I don't want to spend the money on those cams. And then, you know, a few more tests later, especially that guy Jeremy Chapman, I thought he had a good video. Thought that looked stunning. And that other guy, Xander Rounds, you know, they sort of compare it to other cams, and I was sold. I was like, thank you. The other thing is I didn't realize that the tripod there, it pulls, it's an extender. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, quality looks hot there, hot shot. Sometimes nice and sharp, you know, sometimes sharp images don't look great, but is it looking okay, or is it overly sharp? I worry about I know what you're talking about. Everything looks like straw, like your beard looks like straw, you know what I'm saying? It gets overly sharpened. But again, I can tweak that. It's got so many tweaks, I can tweak that out. No latency issues now. See, the thing is if the canvas is 1080p and the incoming signal is 4K, for each and every frame it has to times it by 0.25, right, to cram it into the space. So when you do a downsampling like that, that puts a hurt on the system in a major way. Once I made the canvas 4K, boom, it was fine, done. Well, you know, it's funny you mention that, because I kept doing that. I kept pulling down guitars, you know, and like putting them on the secondary cam, like with flame tops. Like, this isn't a good example, but like you can really start to see like some amazing detail. I might be a little too close, but you get the idea, right? It's pretty good. Right? You're really getting in like a lot of detail. It's pretty good. Hold on, let me get this back up without hitting something. Yeah, there it goes. And we're back. Exactly. The flame cam has never been flamier. It's the flamiest flame cam that ever flamed. That's just science. I have not heard any news on J.K. Lee. At least none that was popping up in my feed. You know, but yeah. So, I'll have to try it, but you know, the one I have on the desk here, this cam. Oh, you know what we should try? We should try and we can test it with the new. Yeah. Is that still working? Can you see that? When I go to Swamp Ash, I almost think like I have to move the. Let's feel like I have to move like this, like out a little bit, or like that, so you don't get my top and bottom. But maybe a little bit more like this. Yeah, that could be too. That could be too. Could be too much. Let's try it maybe more like a little bit more, somewhere between those two. Right, like around here, something like that. Thinking, yeah, does that work? Does that look okay? Does that look respectable? Right? Can you see detail? Is it all right? This is the one thing I didn't really test. Are you getting detail? Yeah, we were just saying that earlier. Rip Paldiano, Wrathchild. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good, and it seems to be capturing it correctly. This is the new limited edition Swamp Ash. It's stage ready. Just so you know. To be honest, I think it's a gorgeous guitar. I did like that. I did like the color. What's the color? Do they say the color? I'm seeing everything but the color. Probably. Oh, color. You have your Frost Blue Metallic. You have the McCarty Tobacco Sunburst. That's actually a pretty good looking color too. You got the Midnight Metallic Midnight, Pearl White, Red Apple Metallic, and the Vintage Natural. I'm telling you right now, that Red Metallic and the Vintage Natural, pretty hot there, hot shot. And that one too. I like the metallic ones. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. So we know that works. It's a good picture, nice detail. Oh yeah. Such a great song. I think we covered that one. Pretty sure. Yeah, not bad. Though I almost feel like I should be moving. Should I be going like here? Right? That better? Yeah. I like how that looks. Can I touch it? You can hear that long tenon, right? Damn right you can. We don't have time for short tenons around here. How dare you? Okay. While we're doing the web thingy, let's head on over to Gibson land. Is this it? Is it up in here? Where? Why do you do this to me? Oh yeah, here we go. They're sold out. So you get two. You got the Jimmy Page 1964 SJ200 for $12,999. Don't get cheap on me, bro. And the collector's edition, both are sold out. The 64 collector's edition, the difference with the collector's edition is it's hand signed and played. You just got played by Jimmy Page. Played by Page. Got your case candy, got everything. It's going to have a little bit of Page stank on it. You can't. Can you put a price on that? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. It's going to come with all that gravitas. It's got a Jimmy Page signed sound hole label. But in addition to all the features I think you see on this one, for your $12,999, completely sold out, you have the collector's edition, which is the same guitar, but it's hand signed and played by one James Page. So it's got that going for it. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, yeah. Oh. Big bottom. Look at that. Now that's a truss rod cover. Look at that thing. It screams to the world. Truss rod cover right here. Custom, bro. I should get one like this for the Epi Les Paul. Watch heads explode. How dare you! Wah! Take it off! Take it off now! Oh, no one easy to rile up. Yeah, it's good. It's a good looking guitar. Really is. Beautiful. Very nice. And again, people are not buying these, not this one. The other one more likely to play. But even that one's probably bought as a collectible. No, this is bought as a collectible. This is a total, like, guitar collector's, that's why it's literally called the collector's edition. So hold on a sec here. You don't need to watch me friggin' try and... Oh, I knew it would be hard to find. Here we go. Let's just... Can I just go right... Can I just go right there? And you will... Oh, thank God. All right. Yeah, they just have it. Thank God. Sometimes, you search on the web, you're trying to find something, and it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Because so many things with Pod, right? There's a band, Payable on Death. There's Payable on Demand, right? There are pods like the service that has like home pods, right? So you start putting like pod in, and it's like there's just too many choices. So that's when you have to go straight to line 6. Anyway, these are the new. We've seen this one. This one's been around for a while. It's this one that dropped this week. Do they have anything about it? Oh yeah, express bass. Yeah, right there. So it's just more high gain. More high gain amps than the other one. Yeah, that's it. There you go. All right. Truth in advertising. Done. Higher gain amps was the bullet point you should be taking away from that. They're gonna hook me up here. They're gonna make me look around. Why, God? Why? No, that's not going to do it. We're over at the Blackstar. Also, Rip Phil Lesh. Forgot to mention that. You know, I saw Phil. I saw the dad. I saw the dad with Jerry twice. In one of them, this is a true story. Jerry danced. People in the audience were losing their minds. Yeah. I hadn't been to many Dead shows, but yeah, it was a hardcore crowd. I don't see it. Is this one of those brands that they post all their new crap only on, like, is this it? There it is. That's got to be it right there, right? There it is. That's it. There you go. You know, sometimes some companies, they only post their new shit up on, like, social media. And then you're, like, going to look for it, and you're like, where is it? They're like, oh, well, we update our website at some point. We talk to the website people. Like, huh? Oh, looks good. Good looking amp right there. Oh, yeah. Tri-channel. Clean. Quad channel. Clean, crunch, OD1, OD2, or are these two channels and they're split, right? Channel 1, channel 2. And channel 1 can go between clean and OD. I guess it's the same difference, right? It's just whether or not you share the tone controls, right, with the bus, I'm assuming. Resonance, presence, volume. Yeah. I'm going to assume that's 100 watts. But, you know, I might be being too logical. They're like, no, it's 100 different tones. Great. It's got to be 100 watts. Oh, right here, specs. There you go. Yeah, 100 watts. There you go. Yeah, you know, they're moving away from 12AX7. I'm seeing ECC82 now. ECC383 into right, and then 6L6s on the output stage. That looks like the clean channel, and that looks like the dirty channel. And there you go. Anyway, that's the Blackstar 100. Show the back. Where was the back? Hold on. Did they? I think they had a back. Did they have a back image? I think they did. All right, unless you mean the guitar. There's the back. So you got power, fuse. Here's your foot switch. You got a MIDI in and through. Here's your speaker outputs. 100 RMS, and it has an impedance switch for 8 or 16, and then it has an emulated output either through, I gotta think these are both balanced. Certainly this one is. And then you have an effects loop, and the effects loop looks like to have a level knob. No, it's a push. So it's either minus 10 dB or plus 4 dB. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. You know what? It wasn't in the thumbnail, but I think, yeah. Is this new? Oh, I got the wrong one. Is this new, the GX10? I feel like this is new. Unless there's something else and I'm missing it. I think that's it. I think that's the latest one, right? Or is it the GX100? I think it's the GX10. I could have sworn they came out with a brand new unit this week. I could be wrong. I thought that was it. I had heard whispers on the wind. What? What was that? Just came out the baby version of the 100. Yeah. Something, Nelson? You have a GX100? Yeah, I like it, yeah. You gonna come over? In high def? Oh, they like... Yeah, here's my little girl. You want me to open the window? Because I'm not. It's kind of chilly. No. Scratch the chair. That's great. Yeah, the gold hardware is a poppin'. I can't wait to get, it's a black guitar, but, I'm assuming that in the coming weeks I'll have more colorful guitars, maybe with some flame tops. Get them on here. I think that looks quite poppin'. So what's the difference between the Epi and the Gibson custom other than the name of the headstock? The paint, right? This uses polyurethane, polyester, poly something. Whereas the other one uses lacquer, but don't forget they use modern lacquer with plasticizers in it. They don't use the old lacquer like they used to. Because it just takes too long to friggin' dry. They can't wait weeks for a guitar to dry. And then, longitude and latitude. And I don't think this headstock is quite tilted back, and I'm hoping that it has a scarf joint, because that is just way better than the original design. I don't know if you've ever seen Guitar Max. He had a video where he pulled like a Gibson out of a dumpster. And he's like, oh, look, I found a Les Paul in a dumpster. And he's like whipping it around a parking lot. And at one point, he's got it face up. So it's up on its headstock, And he's literally jumping, leaping off the ground and jumping on the top of that thing. He cannot get that thing to break. I'm like, well, scarf joint it's a lot stronger, man. Good luck, bro. He couldn't get it to go. We're going to try out the new Bonamassa new Sig with the P90s. I could see if I can get a hold of one. You know, if it's a new guitar, then it's available, you know. Do. Yeah, dropping bowling balls on it. No, really, he's like, now watch how I'm gonna like snap the neck. He could not get that friggin' neck to snap. It was like, I'm sure you've seen the video where the guy's like, and then they break into your car and he tries to hit the window with a hammer, and the hammer just bounces off it. This dude is smacking that window with the hammer. He cannot get, because it's got to be down to a real fine point. And he's using a regular hammer, and it's just, but he is smashing this. He cannot get that friggin' window to break. I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, dude, you needed like something with a point on it. The chisel hammer. Yeah, I would say that I know my Gibsons have more of a break. So I'm going to assume that this is a little bit more forward, not quite the break back. The Gibsons came in at 17, but if I had to guess, I'd say that's a little less, and more like 14. I know, right? Run some diggers over it, like the Gibson did. Yeah, right. It's kind of weight you need. I still got the Gibsons. I have 2 or 3 of them. I've given a lot away. Gave one to my brother-in-law. Gave one to a mutual friend of myself and Speaker. I think Bobby has one. Did I get Alex Van Halen's new book, Brothers? You know, I bought the signed copy. I'm assuming it might be showing up soon because next Tuesday is the live thing, unless he's doing all this before the book comes out. I don't know. I don't know what the official release date of the book is, but I think it's next Tuesday is the live streaming online where he's going to be taking questions. What is it? A Yamaha Revstar with P90s? Yeah, let me write that down, actually. I'll never remember it. Yamaha Revstar with P90s. You can take a... Although, might be easy. It might be easy to go to, like, friggin' Zounds. Because they... Going Yamaha's just, they sell too many things. It's like, you know, it's hard to narrow down to the exact products you want there sometimes. Let me just see here. Yamaha Revstar. So is it like, is this your guitar? Is that it? Is that the one you're thinking about? Revstar with the P90s? Or is it a different model? Yeah, not a problem. I can put that on the list. Absolutely. You got it, bro. When I pre-purchased the VH book, so I was talking with Speaker, and he goes, Alex Van Halen is coming around. He's actually going to do a book signing. He's coming to, like, New York City. He's like, we could take the train down and go to it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Let me look online. So I go online, I go to the Alex Van Halen book tour, which is his publisher or whatever, or maybe it's through his website or whatever. And they're like, sold out. And they're like, how about the one in Jersey? Sold out. They're like, how about the one in LA? They're like, not sold out, but you don't have to attend it. We're actually selling video streams to this. If you get if you buy the book, with the signed book, which was, what was it, Speaker? Was it $60? It comes with the, free stream. And I was like, oh, cool. So we bought it. I want to say it was either through the book publisher or it was through some like book touring organization. Or was it through Alex Van Halen's website? Speaker, how did we get to them? I want to say it was the book publisher. Right? I think that's who. So the one that I'm going to have the live streaming on would be next, I want to say Tuesday, at maybe 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'd have to check it. Yeah, something like that, right? I think it was the book publisher. The first thing you do is just go to Alex's site. Whatever he's hawking is going to be on there. Oh my God. That's good coffee. Yeah, the VH website. Yeah. Yeah, so $29.99 Canadian. I want to say we paid, how much was it, Speaker? Was it 50 or 60? I want to say it was 60, right? By the time it was shipped. Might have been $49.99. Get the Alex Van Halen signature. It's going to be a goddamn rubber stamp. Be like, oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I can hear it. So, I knew I heard something. Yeah, it's the plastic. I don't like taking the plastic off. Yeah, it still has the plastic on it. I'm gonna leave that on. For whoever buys it. There it is. Yeah, about $60. That sounds right. What's up in the blues? Check out my new stream, bro. I went 4K. Doing 4K now. How's it going, dude? You like the Yamaha necks? They're good. Yamaha, well, it depends because they do have some that are more vintagey than others, but for the most part, they're pretty good. Yeah, I figured it out. Hey, you like that? Check this out. 4K, bro. I'm 4K in it. Not 2K. Not 3K. 4K. A friend of mine in the video for the cams was like, oh, dude, they're made in China? They're going to be like looking at your studio. I'm like, you realize I have a live show where I show my studio every week. So it's hardly It's hardly a top secret. And the prior cams, those Logitechs, are also made in China, the ones I've used for the last 10 years. And the one before that, I actually dug it out. The Microsoft was also made in China. That was from like 2007. So I'm not nearly as worried about it as some people. The probably turn that. If they turn the audio on, they would. Here, I'll tell you what they'd get. They'd be listening in and they'd be like, "What's going on there?" And then all of a sudden they'd hear. Yeah. That's what they'd be getting. That would be 90% of the secrets. It's a skill. As I always say, be careful what you wish for. Exactly. It'd be like... You're welcome. That's quite the reverb. Well, of course, it would be a fart in space and time. That's the throw the Chinese off. Where's that fart coming from? Exactly. It's the brown sound. It's a mighty wind. Break like the wind. It's actually pretty amazing. It's you know, as the maestro, you get your keyboard, and then you know, nice. Or maybe you choose from the Juicy collection. Oh, that's an Academy Award winner right there. Thank you. You know, maybe you want a nasty fart. You know, just, you know. It's like I'm an artist with the medium of flatulence. Just, right? That is cinema right there. This is, yeah, it's the highest level of achievement in comedy. And the Cable Ace Award goes to... More? He wants more? Is that an encore? Exactly. You describe the parameters to the AI, you know, the AI fart generator. It's a nice tone. This is highbrow. This is, you know, peak of civilization. Laughed so hard I almost crapped myself. Now that would be what we call irony. We definitely be rewatching this stream. Yeah. You can hear more bass, yeah. No, it's got bass. It's got the bass. I want to say, so when you go lower, you definitely get more bass. I might not have it highlighted. Nice. There's so many different types of farts. You don't even realize. Thank you. Until you're, you're putting together a montage. And you're like, wow. This is art. You got to go with some of these low. That's a nasty, yeah. Got to go with the low ones. What's so funny is how they all have names. You know. Wow. Yeah. And flatulencer. Try to go with the lower ones. Like nasty. There you go. Anyway. Back to the main cam here. And we out. I probably sounded like firecrackers because some of them, they almost look like they're overdriving the output. Not just comedy, the height of comedy. Where's my Cable Ace Award for comedy and or documentary? The farts are not running through THU. I added a reverb to it to make them feel bigger, larger than life. Like a laugh track to follow, like a Enough. Enough. Please. Please. All right. You want tabs? All right. The first note is F. Second note A. So yeah, I've been just farting around. I'm like a fart generator. Yes. Yes. What am I looking for on Black Friday? You know, I don't know. That's a good question. You know, I'd like to see actually, quite frankly, the headphones back on sale again, because I could use a spare set for the attic. These headphones. If they went back down to 89, it'd be all over that. Of course, THU always goes on sale on Black Friday. I'd have to look. Sometimes they do strings on sale. And that's always a good time to stock up. You know, the owner of the store used to say, you know, you want to stock up when you can buy it right. Because it's like, you might not get that price again. So it's good to score it for short money if you can. Yeah, tonight's episode is sponsored by Taco Bell. Blowing through a nice compressor. Yeah. I know YouTube might demonetize this. I know, right? They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna call it clickbait. But like you said, you were gonna talk about guitars, and then it was just farts. It's like, wow. There you go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, looks pretty good. Pretty good. Exactly 10,000 new subs in 5 minutes. Well, like all farts, Tony, it only works in doses. Very entertaining show in chat. I can imagine. You thought you were going to get high def. You know you're going to get smell-o-vision. Oh, that is good. That is good. That is wild stuff right there. So crazy weather this week. It was like cool, like last weekend. And then in the middle of the week, it got so friggin' hot. I had the air conditioning on for one day because the dew point got up to like 60. And it was like 81 degrees out. I'm like, you cannot be serious. Then that blew through. And now we're way cooler, way drier. We finally had a series of, yesterday it started to finally dry out. Way drier now. But they're saying on Halloween, it could be back to 80 again. It could break a record or be close to a record. We broke a record the other day. I should put a techno track together using only fart sounds. Dude, you're the producer I never had. Exactly. That sounds like a great idea. It could work. Brought to you by Beano. Yeah, we haven't had really any rain. In fact, we've had so little rain, my sump pump has dried out, which is extremely rare. It's extremely rare that you look into the sump and there's no water in there. You might have a few days a year. It's like that. It's like that right now. They're saying do not burn anything outside. It's been so dry. So, we'll see. And no rain in sight. Now they're getting worried about brush fires. Yeah, it's cool. Like today it's definitely cool. It always feels cooler when it's drier. And feels warmer when it's moist. But, no, it's still stuck around in like the 60s, but it's going to dip even more. Going to get a real punishing cold front coming through tonight. Yeah, fire warnings here in Mass. I know, right? I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. In fact, my wife and I, we were looking at, she's always been looking for, like, houses. Like, now that the kids are older, what's out there? What can we get? What can we sell this for? What can we buy if we move away from the city? Right? You can always get a much, much larger house, much larger plot of land. And she found this house. I have to say, it was really nice. It was set apart from everyone else. It was in an area where all the other houses were just, like, gorgeous. Like, really nice. Millions of dollars easily. But you're, like, not quite there. You're on the other side of this, like, these fields or whatever. And then there's, like, a university there. But, it's pretty far away. You're just sort of like in these woods, and you're so far away from everyone else. And the house was nice, had a swimming pool, and, it was loaded. It had all the stuff, central air, and like, everything just loaded. But I said, I feel like this house has water problems. And if you read the thing, they do say it has a sump pump. I'm like, I don't want a house with a sump pump. I'm so over friggin' nursing sump pumps and worrying about power going out. I can't do it. I need to find a house that does not have a sump pump and, like, has never had a problem with water. As soon as I saw that sump pump, I was like, no. I don't care how nice it is. Yeah, we haven't really, oh my God. We got our water bill the other day. My wife was like, the water bill was over $400. I'm like, no. Our water bill is like $115 to $145. At how much? And she told me, and I calculated, and I go, that's 48,000 gallons of water. Absolutely not. And I was like, there's no, absolutely not. So I started to do a little sleuthing, and it turns out that the toilet on the second floor, I think, has been leaking, and they just don't notice it. And the one on the first floor was leaking, just like stuck open, right? In other words, it stays in an open state and just runs. Never-ending toilet, right? And I noticed it like maybe a couple of weeks ago, or it was a while ago, and it sounded like someone was running the laundry because it makes a certain sound. But I knew no one was, and I was like, well, that's troubling. And then my wife said, "Gee, someone's really using the water." And I'm telling you, I go, "No, I know it's the friggin'. That's definitely the water, you know." And then there was all these little signs, and then today I was like, "There's nobody home, and I can hear the water running." I'm touching the pipe, and it is ice cold. I'm like, "No!" So I go upstairs to the back. Sure enough, that one on the second floor was just a little bit up. Right, could not completely sit down. The chain got a little wrapped on itself, and at its lowest point, it was still slightly above, and just pissing water out and down. Home ownership. You can hear if there's any water running in the house. Yeah. Well, you know, you don't notice it as much when you have the fans going, right? When it's more in the summertime and I've got all these fans blowing around down here, that white noise blocks it out. You don't notice it. Now that the fans are off, you're like, who's using the water? It's 1:30 in the morning. Why are the pipes bang, bang, bang like it's filling up a giant tub of water? Oh my God. Just a nightmare. Well, I fixed it, but now you got to keep your eye on it. I have no faith in the family to even notice that the water, to walk into a bathroom and go, "Oh my God, the toilet's running." Nope. Well, that's the sound it normally makes. Not when you're not flushing it. Exactly, you got to fix your flapper. Yeah, hey, can't call Ace, he's a plumber. I'm the plumber. Orange County, SoCal, some pumps. Yeah, that's right. You guys don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Toes in the sand. Nice. I need an alarm to go off every time it's running. Don't worry, the alarm will go off as soon as it stops, as soon as the water stops going. Need like a siren. If the siren, doesn't stop going off, then you know it's still pumping the water. Yeah. That's just it, especially if you have more of a quiet system. And you know, these are low fill by design. Toilets are slow fill. So you don't piss through crazy water if it's stuck open. They do that by design. I actually did check out a little bit of Peter Frampton. I saw a little bit of that. They've been throwing it up on the YouTube. I think I have Disney Plus. I could probably go watch the whole thing. What's up, Tom? I already had to replace a flapper on a 2-year-old American Standard. That's what I had to do on my father-in-law's. It's been working great ever since. He was freaking out. You know? Oh God, I am out. I hate being out of tune. It annoys the piss out of me. It is my pet peeve. Right there. Right there. Oh, Sharpola. There we go. Holy shit. You gotta turn the tuner off there, dummy. There you go. We did talk about the Pod Express Black. Unfortunately, I don't have one here, but we basically said it's like a Pod Express, but for metal, more high gain amps. Then we had some gaseous anomalies. We had a story about a loose flapper. And that's about caught up right there. Mississippi, get a plant, 2-story ranch on a hill, no basement, sump pump. My neighbor had a bad flapper. 6,000 gallons of water before they found it. Yeah, I feel like we went through about 20. That was crazy. Although I'm so happy, when we went, when the water meter had to get changed, basically the radio part of it, the battery dies eventually. They go about 10 years. The battery died, and they're like, listen, you're going to have to call it in until we can get the new units in. Then the pandemic happened. Went all through the pandemic, and then they were back ordered. They couldn't get them, right? And then, because everybody had a big backlog because of the pandemic, they finally got the new ones, and they finally put it in. I literally had been doing it they did it earlier this year. So that was like 5 years, right, from 2019 to present. I kept taking a photograph of my water meter and sending it to them, and they would list it as actual instead of estimated. And so when we switched over to the new meter, they just went off the new meter, and that was it. There was like no blip. People that never did that didn't send them the actual reading, but instead relied on estimations. Some of them owed $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 because they completely underestimated the amount of water that they were going to use. And when they finally got to when they finally saw the reading, when they changed out the unit, they can calculate how much they had charged you for and how much you didn't get charged for, and you owed the rest. Oh, it got ugly. Is this gonna work if I hit this? It is. It's a little back though. Can I move it? The other thing I've been messing with is the placement of the digital delay. So if you place the delay, there's a delay behind it, but if you put it in front of it, you know, you can get the like a like sledge. So what does this have on right now? I would be curious. Does it say? Okay. All right. That's interesting. I feel like the latency between what you hear here and what I see your response in the stream is like longer than usual, but I would normally run this at low or ultra low latency, and it's at normal latency. It's probably because I had to set up a new 4K stream key, and it probably just defaults to that. So I'll know next time to see if I can do it. Exactly. It's slash meets the edge. It's sledge. You having the sound cut off for half a second? Yeah. Check 1 3. Just that one time, or just that one time, or is it more than once? You think it was the wah? Could have been. Goddamn wah. Not often, just occasionally. Well, this is a much friggin' higher stream that I'm sending. But I can send up to a gigabit, and I'm outputting 30 megabit. Sounding good there? Yeah, not hearing anything. Watch me do this. Anything? Sound of guitar? Movement? Everything? Okay. How's the synchronization with the audio? All right. Well, some people saying that if they're saying it's not you, it's me. Okay, I've heard that before. It's not you, it's me, man. Yeah, it's all good. All right. Just making sure. The audio cutting out, is it? Oh, the fun we can have. Sync is perfecto. Good. Glad to hear that. Let's go over to close-up cam. I can switch guitars if you want. The only other one I have close to me, though, is this Vola. But I can stick with this, too. More out of the sync fart generator. Goes out, right? That's not bad. No, it's good, not dropping out at all. Yeah. Okay, speaker says stay Epiphone. That's okay. We will. Because you know what? I got to return this Epiphone soon. The Epiphone's, got to head back. The RG550's packed up. I thought they were going to send me a label for it, but I haven't seen a label for it yet. I'll get this back next week. Gotta warm up here. And the Miss CRG, yeah, I like that one too. It's a nice friggin' guitar. Might have to try and find one. You know, Guitar Center was just doing an extra 10% off used, but I just couldn't bring myself to getting it. I was like, no. Can't buy a guitar. You have too many guitars. Last thing you need is another friggin' guitar. You know? What's up, Mark? Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Iron Maiden this week because of the Paul Di'Anno. That was probably the best tune of the Di'Anno years. What do I got here? I got something popping up and hitting it. That's it. Yeah. Get out of there, you. That's better. What is it? I forget it now. It's one of those. Forget it now. Gotta hit it. Ooh, I still have coffee left. That's now we're getting to the important stuff. It's not just about farts, it's about family. What's that from? Trying to think of his character's name. Portnoy. Right? Is it the Fatties or something like that? Coffee cake, carrot cake with no coffee. Damn. Gotta get those farts down about 60 hertz. Yeah. The brown note. I haven't seen it. Soldano X. That it? Looks way, I'd say like late 80s, early 90s. Really like early 90s almost. They have other... Oh, yeah. Can I just... No. No, of course not. That would... Nice programming, bro. Okay. Looks like it's got USB control, MIDI in, MIDI through, balanced output, your main output. All right. 2500. All right. Shot was probably unnecessary. You know, it's the switches, knobs, lights. There you go. It's got everything you need. Switches, knobs, lights. Whoa. Pretty good. Oh, Jesus. It's, again, nice, okay. That's programming. No. No. Pretty loaded. Does look good. Probably the best photo they have of it. Looks like a 3-channel. Yeah. friggin'... It's the national anthem. Exactly when doers get things done. Finally! I did not see Brad Paisley's national anthem, but I bet it was pretty damn good. He usually is pretty damn good. Here's that one, slim taper neck. These have the slim taper neck. So, you know, if you were looking for the 50s style neck, this isn't it. 60s style neck. Yeah. I love the real mother of pearl, though. I think it really ties the room together. Let me check my Espen scores. Where we at? Nothing on the World Series. Where is Boston is beating up Detroit 79-68. For now, still got the rest of the third and the whole fourth to go. So you never know what that basketball can really change up. And Boston's down 2-1. Oh, there you go. There you go. 2. So I have some new crap coming. I don't know if you guys... I don't think I'll be able to use it on the live stream. I'll have to check it out. I did not get it for the live stream. I got it to help me with using Premiere, Adobe Premiere. Just because I am forever switching between like 3 or 4 different things. The cut tool, the move tool, right? There's like literally just these 2 or 3 tools that I'm just constantly going through. Copy, paste, right? It's like you're forever lather, rinse, repeat when you're working in Adobe Premiere. So I'm sure you have heard of the Stream Deck by Elgato, the Stream Deck. So I was like, I think I might get looking into a Stream Deck, thinking about it. I'm just a little Stream Deck curious. Not for streaming, but helping me in Premiere, like select items. They run normally about $149 when they're on sale. I don't know, like $129. I don't think I've really seen it much lower. Maybe $109. I don't even think that low. I think like $129 is where they sort of bottom out at on a sale. But when I was looking for the handhelds, right, because they just put out the new RGB Cube XX, which runs Linux, right? It's on the H700 chip, so it's much cheaper. Uses the same exact 720p by 720p panel. And I was looking up that. I was getting that off of AliExpress. And I saw the Stream Dock. It's not a Stream Deck. It's a Stream Dock. I'm disappointed they didn't go with Stream Duck. But listen, we have to live with it. So it's the Stream Dock. And it was $44 delivered. I was like, I'll give it a try. And the reviews were glowing, including a lot from the U.S., basically saying, like, once you program it, like, the hotkeys, it's pretty much programmed. And as long as you don't have to, like, switch through and use a bunch of different apps, it works awesome. And I was like, nice. So, again, it's clearly the Chinese knockoff of the Stream Deck, but the last time I checked, the Stream Deck is also made in China. But it's the Stream Dock. We'll see. How bad could it be? How bad could it be? Well, we'll see. Guitar Tech Universe is now using a Headrush MX5. Can we still be friends? No. Now I don't know much about the MX5. I'm more familiar with the what I guess is Prime and Core. What are they called? Prime? Or am I thinking of Boss? Exactly, Stream Mod. Oh no, Bruins look terrible this year. And I don't know. It feels like they've tuned the coach out. So we'll see what happens there. They're already talking about dumping him. Imagine if a knockoff of a Chinese product was made in the USA. Yeah, the problem is that a $45 product would cost like $950. So, like, yeah, you know what? Doesn't really work in reverse. Doesn't, no. I was talking to someone the other day, and we were speculating whether or not Epiphone has to license that headstock shape. In other words, there might be some internal accounting, even though Gibson owns Epiphone. Epiphone is still an independent company to some degree, right? And you wonder if just on the books, to protect their IP, they have a very small, like, nominal, like, licensing fee. Like for licensing the headstock, the way Fender licenses their headstock to their own internal brands. But if you look at the back of a Jackson with a Fender headstock or a Charvel with a Fender headstock, it'll say that this headstock has been licensed, right? Because they want to protect their IP, and once it starts to become generic, there's a problem. So you wonder if there could be, right, just a little internal accounting going on there. Over their IP. I wouldn't doubt it. right? I mean, you're not talking like huge sums of money here, but just enough to make sure that if it ever got challenged, they could say no. And matter of fact, they licensed it and paid for it, right? It just sort of gets on the books. And then the Gibson brand earns some money from the sale, right? That wouldn't be a crazy thought. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just, making stuff up and I don't really know. But it wouldn't be that outrageous, right, for have a licensing, That wouldn't be that crazy, just from a sheer accounting perspective, right? Right, and it has the Gibson electronics too, exactly. So it does feel like a collab, R36 News, well, they came out with an R40, right, which is instead of a 3.5-inch screen, it's got a 4-inch screen. But I don't think they're quite shipping yet. Be interesting to see. I think it's the same rock chip, right? It's like, the 5366? Or 3366? I'd have to 3566? I have to look. So I don't think it's really any faster. It's about the same. And they haven't updated the Rocknicks in a while now. They were updating it pretty much every month. They haven't updated Newly. They did an update on Newly 3 times in May, and then quiet, and then they came out with a massive update on July, I think it was 21st. Now you got August 21st, September 21st, October 21st. No updates. That's a little odd. A little weird. I'm expecting it'll be a much bigger update. ArcOS updates seemingly every 30 days or so with whatever latest, little tweaks that they get going on it. But both Rocknicks and Newly have sort of stalled, and I feel like that they've moved on to the hot one right now is MuOS. I haven't checked it out, but I'm sure I have a device that can run it. R36HH? I don't think so. Unfortunately, even today's age will never get away from the yo, dude, it's not a Gibson. That's unfortunate. Oh, yeah, but, you can't worry. It's meaningless. It really is. It's like no one claimed it to be one. So your entire straw man argument is just that. Right? No one's saying it's a Gibson. It literally says Epiphone right in the headstock. What is wrong with you? Right? So, yeah, these guys, you're never going to convince them. But the thing is that you've got to, point out that, if you look at the cost difference between the two, it's literally 4x. 4x. So, is this guitar 25% that of the Gibson? I'm just going to go out on a limb and say no. No, it's not. In fact, it's like freaking 90%. In fact, some people would say that given it uses the same pickups, it's like 99%. But we just put like this like unicorn tears sort of like magic on things that are priced high. Because it must be, right? You get what you pay for, right? Must be. Must be better. I'm sure it is better. Is it 4 times better? No. It's not 4 times better. Period. That's just me. You might vary. I can't take credit for it. Credit goes to Anthony from Texas Blues Alley. He is the absolute, he came up with this. But he did a video about 10 years ago where he basically said people who buy, moderately priced guitars and people who buy very expensive guitars each look at the other's purchase and see no value. right? The paradox. And because right, they both can't, right? It's just so. I was like that. Truer words were never spoken. Exactly, it's tone lacquer. God, I can hear this scraping on something. It's annoying me, pissing me off here. The bottom line is that nobody who is buying the Gibson, right, like thinks about getting the Gibson, gets their money together to go buy the Gibson. Do you think there's even one person in the world on their way to the Gibson store to get the Gibson passes by the Epiphone in the window and says, "Oh my God, there's the same guitar for a lot less money. I'll just get this one." Huh, I didn't even know. Well, what am I spending this money for in the Gibson? I'll just go buy the Epiphone. That's in a dream world. That doesn't exist. That's not the real world. The dude who buys the Gibson is not looking at the Epiphone. And the guy buying the Epiphone might be looking at the Gibson, but doesn't either have the money or doesn't see the value, has the money and says, "I'm not spending that kind of money on a guitar." I kind of fall in that second category. No, I have the money. I just won't part with that kind of money for a friggin' guitar. I can get pretty good sounds. I can play pretty good on just about any guitar. You know, I can get all the sounds I need out of a guitar that's like just a few $100s. So that expensive stuff, that's more for like, you know, spec queens and lib lifters, right? They're all about, you know, it's a limited edition, it's got a special paint job, and blah, 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 and they go pull it off a rack, and they throw it up on a table, and it's like, click, click, click. Oh, check this out, bro. Lid lift, big reveal. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Cool. Now let me see you play it. Well, I don't want to scratch it. Yep, and then he looks at his crypto and goes, "Oh, I'm going to have to sell this guitar." Oh, my God. Exactly, able but not willing. Exactly, it's like, I could never do that. I couldn't part with that kind of money. No. For that kind of money, I need a good, solid, used car. Yeah, no. Nah. You know, and it all depends on what you're into. You know, I mean, Joe Bonamassa, you know, he does a lot of buying and selling. He's into the vintage stuff. He knows what he likes, and he has the means to do it. You know? Well, Deanna has it right. If your guitar playing sucks in a $500 guitar, it's going to suck pretty much just as bad in a $5,000 guitar. Right? What was the line from the Casino movie? The smart ones didn't even come. They just sent their money in, right? Could you tell the difference between the Epi and your black LP Classic? I think the pickups are slightly different, and that might be a giveaway, but I'll bet if the pickups were the same and there was care taken to make sure that the output of both pickups to the input on the Focusrite was exactly the same, right? In other words, we're talking about the same number of dBs coming into the system because they're the same pickups, right? You get them at the same height roughly and everything. I'll bet you could not tell the difference. I'll bet if you went through and did like 20 samples, you can't do just one or two samples, do like 20 samples. By the time you get to the end of it, it would be either side of a coin flip. 40 samples. The more samples you get, the closer you'll get to a 50, right? So, like, if you flip a coin, you might get 10 tails in a row and then one head. But eventually, how about at 100? Now you're getting closer to 50-50, right? 1,000 flips, you're getting much closer to 50-50, right? You're getting like 493 to 5, right? 507, right? You're getting way, way closer to 50-50 the more you take. But look, the bottom line is that people just buy what they like, and if you have the money, I say go spend it, go get it, and never apologize for spending money on an expensive guitar. Yeah, so I just said, whether it's for 50 or 500,000, if you can't play, it doesn't mean anything. And, and the other thing you see a lot is they talk about resale value, and I'm always like, the last thing I think about when I'm buying a guitar is resale value, because you've already decided before you've bought it that you're planning on selling it. That's a weird place to be, man. When I buy a guitar, I am not envisioning selling it later. I don't even think about resale value. But I think the person who thinks about that a lot buys and sells a lot of guitars. Guitars don't stick around for very long before it's like, I'm over it. Patrick says he's loving your Epiphone inspired by guitars, awesome values. I think so. I think the one at $7.99 and this one at $12.99, right? Yeah. I think they're great values. And you got to remember, a guitar that for every dollar spent at manufacturing, they have to get $4 at retail. Right? So your $1,000 guitar, they have to max out at about $250. Right? This guitar, they probably have to max out roughly around $325. So the difference between the $7.99 one, where they're into it for about $200, and the $12.99 one, where they're into it for about $325, it adds the case. They upgrade the pickups from the stock to the Gibson, and like I said, they go to real mother of pearl inlay, and there might be some licensing fee with the headstock. That's what's going to make up the difference in cost. When I say the weight is, I feel like it's lighter than the white one that I have. That's up on the second or third floor. I feel like this is lighter. I'm going to say that this is in the 8s. That other one was like almost 10. It was high 9s. This one feels much lighter. A good pound lighter. Pound and a half lighter. Yeah, they do a white one of these. They do a white and a black, and I think that's it. Are they doing a custom color? I don't think so. The gorgeous guitar, though. The white would look sick. Am I hitting something? I think I'm hitting it. I mentioned in the video, I said, this thing has a one-piece body and a two-piece top. And the dude wrote in the comments, he's like, yeah, but that wood's probably like butcher block. And I'm like, you didn't do well on standardized tests, did you? How many pieces is a one-piece body? This is not a trick question. If you listen carefully, the answer is right in the question. How do you spell FBI? I don't know. But you know, that's the world you live in. That's the world you live in. You know. So when they made these, they do them. They're trying to do the Gibson thing. So it's a one-piece mahogany body and a two-piece top. I'm sure split right down the middle. Right, two-piece maple top. That's the spec. Looks good. Pretty good. No. Exactly. No, that's what they said. They go, it's like probably a bunch of, laminates, like butcher block. And I'm like, boy, the comprehension failures. They have here as a failure to communicate. But the Gibson people would tell you that, it's not good wood. Couldn't be. If it was good wood, it wouldn't be used on that. It's got to be bad wood. It's terrible wood. It's like firewood. They were going to put it in the fire, but instead they put it in that guitar. And I'm like, do you say that to yourself every time you make that credit card payment? Yeah, I don't think the one that's $7.99 has a maple top. I think it's a 100% mahogany body. So again, there's another spec change. Get some solid plywood. Nice. Yeah, it's magic wood. It's magic wood. No, this isn't Asian. They went deep into the heart of Canada for the Canadian mahogany. Exactly. We didn't even fart around. Oh, wait. Maybe a little. You know what I didn't do this year, which I was kind of bummed, didn't get to do a Halloween show, but I think Melissa is out on tour with some big play. They've got some. It's a big production, quite the production. And I think same with Steve. It's like there's nobody around, and so I was like, Not this year. Exactly. Harvested from the backyard of Ben Coombs's property. Can I plug the fart generator software? You wish I could plug it. The software is Fartman 2, not to be confused with Fartman. It's Fartman 2. You're welcome. It is the highest. It's going to win a farty this year. When I do a Christmas sequel, I don't do it for Kramer, but I very often use a Kramer guitar because they're red. Right? It's a candy apple red, so it looks very Christmassy. See how that works? Fartman 2, yeah. Need to be able to choose your character like in the video game. Oh, right. Be able to go through, choose a character, maybe even a dog. Have a good one, speaker. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. In fact, I started a tiny bit early today. I was so worried. So, would you say the 4K has been a success? Seems to have worked. I was so worried about it. But it seems like it's working. Like you can see everything. Things look clear. They look okay. Everything works correct and pretty decent and not too bad. Yeah. The new 4K stream, now in 4K. Yeah, 4K awesome. Sounds awesome. Victory, yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, definitely better. Okay, you know what? I'll look at it on the replay, and I'll be able to check it out. And now it'll be a 4K replay, so you have that to look forward to. You're welcome. All right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Super extra special thanks if anyone contributed tonight. Always appreciate that. And, of course, brofist to my mod squad. Hashtag brofist, hashtag mod squad. And we will do it all again in a week. Fun fact, I don't think I have a guitar for Monday. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to reach down into my fart zone. Pull something out. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out by Monday, but I'm even, I have a very busy day tomorrow, too. It's not good. It's not good. This Monday might be on a Tuesday. All right, no, you rock. I'll figure something out. I'll whip something together. I gotta have a guitar around here somewhere I can make Guitar of the Week. Yeah, you're now Guitar of the Week. All right. One from the vault, exactly. All right, dudes, have a great week, and we'll do it all again in a week with the new everything and everything new. And there you go. No, you rock. All right, I'm out. Later.